you know, making straight out of Compton? What were you thinking? What was the, you know, the feeling? What was in your mind at the time?
Well, you know, we knew that we had a style that was working. We had dropped some singles, Boys in the Hood, Dope Man, 8-Ball. So we knew we had a formula. So doing the album, it was kind of exciting, you know. It was like practice, and then you finally get in the game, you know. And we were so ready, and so you know, what people don't know is we were in, you know, a little creative competition with each other lyrically, and you know, we wanted to have the best songs, you know, because everybody had individual songs, you know what I mean, on that album. And so the friendly competition between us really is what made everybody elevate their game to that next level.
You know, after Police, that was, you know,
Yeah.
monstrous. I mean, when you made it, was there any hesitancy, like, are we going to get away with this? Is this going to fly? Or was it just, hey, this is what we're feeling, whether they buy it or not?
Well, you know, when I first presented the song to Dre, he initially didn't want to do the song because he was going through his issues with the police. You know, he had an ankle bracelet, and they had him doing weekends, you know, where he would have to go check in the county Friday and get out Monday. And he was like, nah, man, they got my ass. I mean, they got me under their thumb. They hear this song, they gonna fuck me up in there. So after we decided to do the album, because I presented that song before we released Gangsta Gangster, so after it was time to do the album, Dre, you know, he had cleared his stuff up a little bit, so he was down then because the police had just stopped him and Easy and laid them in the middle of the street because they were driving around shooting their paintball guns out the window. So he thought they was, you know, they thought they was doing drive-bys, so they laid him down. Paintballing was new, so the police didn't really know what the gun was, so they was mad about that. So you know, they was like, it was time, let's do it. Yeah. This is our only weapon.
And how about Boys in the Hood?
The song? Yeah. Well, I wrote that for Easy. You know, it was like a commission thing. You know, I had wrote a hit song with Dre. Well, it was a local hit with the Wrecking Crew. It used to be a dance called the Cabbage Patch, which was named after the Cabbage Patch doll for some fucking reason. But it was this dance called the Cabbage Patch that youngsters used to do. So Dre, we wrote a song about it for the Wrecking Crew, and it was like their first song that they was finally starting to get playing locally. And Easy was trying to start Ruthless, and he had a group called HBO, and he was like, yo, write a song for him. And I wrote Boys in the Hood, but they was from New York, so they didn't really understand Boys in the Hood. They didn't understand the lingo and 6'4" and getting ganked and a gat and GTA, you know, so they didn't want to do the song, you know, they didn't want to do it. And Dre kind of convinced Easy that he had a cool sounding voice, that he can do it. And that's kind of how Easy started to record that song. He always wanted to put Compton on the map. You know, people were embarrassed of Compton before N.W.A. I mean, you know, Compton was a place where you'll see a lowrider in one yard and a chicken in another front yard. You know what I mean? It was still kind of, you know, people from the South who were real country, and they still wanted to keep that flavor, you know. So people were a little embarrassed of Compton. It was real, you know, poor and a lot of crime and a lot of gang banging. So Easy wanted to put Compton on the map. You know what I'm saying? He wanted to put Compton on the map, and he wanted to You know, because everybody was yelling, you know, Brooklyn's in the house and Staten Island and Queens and the Bronx. So he was like, yo, Compton's in the house too. So Straight Outta Compton was Easy's thought and title and dream of putting
What the song mean to you?
Well, it meant, you know, Compton, I'm from South Central. You know, I'm the only one that wasn't from Compton, California. So it meant that we had a crew, you know what I'm saying, and that we was definitely gonna put Compton on the damn map, you know what I'm saying, and I was with that because LA needed to be on the map in any kind of way, shape, or form outside of them thinking that we was all at the beach and shit, you know what I mean, and surf, you know, like it was surfing sun out in LA, which it is, but you know, go a little deeper inland and it can get a little hairy. So we want to, you know, I was down with it.
Yeah. Tell us about your greatest memories of Easy, meeting him, or just what he meant to you, or what he did for the group.
I met him, you know, he was with Dre. He had like showed up, you know, he used to pop up to events that the Wrecking Crew would do. And, you know, I could tell he had money because he was dressed fly, you know what I mean? He had on feelers and, you know, sweatsuits and all the shit that was fly back then.
Yeah.
And he had, you know, you just tell he had a little paper on him. And he would hang out, and eventually he wanted to get out the game he was in and start doing records because he saw not how easy it was, but how accessible it was through Dre that, damn, here's somebody I went to school with making records. I can do the same thing. And so, you know, that's kind of how he started to come around more. You know, once he knew I can rhyme and stuff like that, that's when we started getting a better relationship. And he was just, you know, smart, innovative. He had vision. You know, he was a mastermind, really, behind N.W.A.
And how about Dre? Like I said, we're celebrating 30 years of you guys getting together. What's your greatest memory about when you met, and what was it that clicked? What made you guys such a great team together?
I'm a great student. I pay attention.
Yeah.
I contribute. Not scared to give good ideas or give bad ideas or whatever. I'm gonna give my opinion, and I think he liked that about me because when you work with somebody as good as Dre, people tend to be like, okay, Dre, what you want me to do? But producers really don't that's nothing to work with. You know, you got to give them something to work with to get some traction, and he'll take it from there. So I always had ideas, and for some reason, he always listened to me. You know, he always was open for what I was going after because he knew that I was thinking about it on a different level. You know, so we worked good together.